All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining this broadcast. As you guys are coming in, please, I need you guys to do me a favor. I want you guys to share this video as you're coming in this moment by the grace of God. I want to just quickly just appreciate all of you guys who are always following. Every time I come online, you guys are always there. Um, that's a blessing. So welcome everybody. Thank you very much for joining. Favor Oyinbo, my money. How you doing? God bless you. Guys, I want you guys to start sharing. I want to know where you're connecting from. Just for me to just throw away salutes to you. Vanessa, how you doing? God bless you. Today's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Makinde, how are you? Oni babe, how you doing? Comfort, how you doing today? I need you guys to start sharing. Share this video real quick because we have a special guest in the house that is gonna break the legs of the tables by the grace of God. And no carpenter will be able to put the table together. I promise you. All right. If you know a professional carpenter, start calling them right now. All right, because it's going to take them many years to be able to put the table back together. All right, from Mississippi, how you doing, Jonah? How you doing? God bless you. Thank you very much for coming. Please, I need you guys to share. Go to your page and share this broadcast. Let's get more people connected this morning. It's a beautiful Monday morning, 10 o'clock in the morning here in Houston, Texas, by the grace of God. The temperature is 78 degrees. Wow. I'm telling you, it's hot. Here in Texas at the moment, by the grace of God. We are going to be going in without wasting time. I have my guest in the house. And what are we discussing today is that we are going to be talking about the challenges African men are facing in relationships all over the world. All over the world, by the grace of God. Like I said yesterday, justice for African men. A lot of people have been attacking me. Oh, Basojola, you're always shelling men. You're always shelling men. When are you going to shell women too? I was like, I cannot. I can't. I'm not created to do that. My responsibility is not to instruct your wife. My responsibility is to get you straight as the head of the home, for you to go back home and do the right thing in your family and lead your family. Pray with your wife. Pray with your children. Make them better people. Love them, care for them, protect them. That's my responsibility. And today I've traveled I've traveled all over the world, four corners of this world, to find the right person actually to be able to break this down to us. And I've been able to locate a very important person, very, very knowledgeable person, in person of Obodo Oyinbo. Obodo Oyinbo is in the house with us today. How you doing, my sister?
Hello, Pastor Shola. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm
All
good,
right.
thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You're looking so beautiful this morning. What was the secret of this beauty?
Thank you.
All
It's
right.
Jesus. Jesus
I
is my
know
secret.
everybody's always saying Jesus. They will not tell us the cream they are using. They won't tell us they are going on vacation to take pictures in Bahamas and in Cancun. They won't tell us all of those kind of stuff. All right, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Hello,
God bless you.
everyone. Good afternoon. Good
You're well
morning.
known. You're well known all over the world. People know you very well, and they know that you're doing a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Briefly, can you tell us who you are? Who is Obodo Oyinbo? What's your real name? Because all of us we call you Obodo Oyinbo. Like the other day, I wanted to make a banner. I was like, "Am I going to put Obodo Oyinbo in this thing?" I don't even know. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Bridget Ekpo.
Okay.
Ekpo.
Okay.
That's my name. Obodo Yibo is just the name of my show on
On the show.
YouTube. That's my
Okay.
platform, Obodo Yibo. But my real name is Bridget Ekpo.
All right. Somebody's calling you Auntie B. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they call me Auntie B. That's the name that a lot of people call me on my platform.
Yes.
But my name is Bridget, and my background is in social work. I'm a social worker by training. I
Okay.
still practice,
Yeah.
and by the grace of God, I have lived in the UK for about maybe 19 years now, 18 years. I can't remember.
Wow.
And I'm a mother and I'm a wife.
Fantastic. That's beautiful. Now, you've been around. You've been everywhere, and I know. Immediately I posted your picture on my social media. Everybody started talking about, oh my gosh, she's gonna shell man, she's gonna deal with you guys, she's gonna bombard you, she's gonna punch you. I was like, but why? Why is that? Why is that? Why is it that some of the men in our society they are a little bit scared of coming to your page?
Okay, it's very simple. It's because of misunderstanding. They
Yeah,
misunderstand what I represent.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
So as you can see, I put Obodo Ibo TV and I also put domestic violence advocates.
yes, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because mainly on my platform, I talk about relationships and marriages quite a lot. But
yeah.
I'm also, maybe by virtue of my training or due to my own personal experience, because I actually lost a sister
Wow,
to DV in marriage in
wow,
Nigeria.
wow.
So my passion comes from not just losing a blood sister in a domestic violence marriage, but also in advocating for people who are going through that.
Okay,
So people generally come to my platform to share their stories.
yes,
I
sir.
open it up for people to come to
Yeah,
tell their stories and we try to help. So
yeah,
we give them information, we give them advice, we samples them to services. It's similar to what I do in my day job, right?
yeah.
So, and my platform is open to everybody.
Mm,
Everybody, as long as you live in the diaspora. And that's
yeah.
the name Obodo Yibo. That's why I use that name.
Obodo Oyinbo,
I
yes.
don't really like bringing people from Nigeria because at the moment we haven't got resources to support people who live in Nigeria.
Yeah,
But we have people who have information, they have knowledge, and they know where services are
yeah.
in the diaspora. And we can use those services that are already in place to
Mm.
help people.
Wow,
So
wow.
whenever I bring people to my platform, unfortunately, it's mainly women. Men don't like to talk openly,
I don't.
Pastor Shola.
Yeah, sure.
So the people that have come to my platform to share, majority of the people that have come to share their stories are women. And we
Women.
normally talk about the issue, they will share their experience. And we don't share those stories to judge people. I
Yeah,
usually say this at the beginning of the show. We are not a court. I'm
yeah.
not a judge. We are not jury.
Mm-hmm.
All we are trying to do is to help people who are struggling,
Yeah,
people who are going through any form of emotional, physical, financial, spiritual, psychological, any kind of abuse is what I stand against. So when
yeah.
these women come to share, people just hear some bit of the story
Mm,
and they run around and take that and say, you people don't like men. You don't like men. You're always talking negatively against men.
yeah,
But that's not true. We do have men on the platform.
yeah.
And I've opened up my platform. A few men have come to share. And I keep
Sure.
saying to men, even those who contacted me in private, come out and share. But I think there's something about African men that maybe is not very masculine enough or they feel ashamed to share their pain, but they don't like coming forward. That's
The,
just
the,
who
the,
we are.
the
The
problem with
problem
us
with
is
us
that
is that
the society is not allowing us to be human as a man. They believe a man's supposed to be tough. A man's supposed to be bold. We're supposed to be supermen that should deal with issues. We're not supposed to cry in the public. That's why we go to the shower to cry. We cry
Mhm.
in the shower. And then when we come out, we make everybody feel like, yeah, the man is here and stuff like that. So I believe gradually right now, we men are actually, we're changing gradually. And
Mhm.
we are actually making people to see that we are human like every other person. It's
Yeah.
just that we don't like to talk a lot. We talk a
Mhm.
little bit and then we will, because we forget about the past easily
Yeah.
compared to women always, whenever they come to me also, women will tell me stories of 1914, but when you call the men to come over and talk, they will just tell you something that happened yesterday.
Yes. So
Mm.
I think the fundamental problem about this is about, masculinity and
Yeah,
the way Africans perceive masculinity. What
okay,
does it mean to be a man in
yeah,
our culture?
yeah,
So, for instance, in Nigeria, a man is supposed to be this strong human being who, can take anything, can face life.
yeah,
You're not supposed to cry. Anything life brings your way, you're supposed to take it. You are the head of the family. You are this lion that, you never sleep, you never slumber, you never rest, you never fall. And that is very, very dangerous, Pastor Shola. I
yeah,
can tell you the way we define masculinity back in our parents' time, because societies change,
Yeah.
people evolve, marriages are also changing.
Yes.
And this idea of masculinity, and that is why it's so difficult for a lot of men to talk openly.
Yeah.
And usually, when they want to talk, it's too late. They are talking when things have gone really bad.
Of
And then
course.
they start running online looking for where they want to look for similar people who have experienced their story, their
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
And then they bond together and start to cry and say, "Oh, look at all what these men, women are doing. You see all these Obodo women. Once you bring them here, this is what they do." You are always here talking about people coming to counseling, to talk, to get
No.
help.
Mhm.
But people don't take advantage of that in our culture
No.
because they believe, oh, we can handle it.
We would
Until
rather go and be saying what God cannot do does not exist. We go to
so,
pray, pray, pray. We do deliverance and all kinds of stuff. We don't we don't understand the importance of the professionals in our lives. That it's actually the mind of God for them to be here to help us to navigate to get to where we're going. So let's get into the real topic. Today we're going to be sharing about the challenges African men are facing in relationship. I understand a lot of women will come out to talk about what they're going through, physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial, sexual, or whatever. Do you believe that it's just only women that are going through this?
of course not.
So,
That would be a very naive and myopic view. And I want to consider myself as a very open-minded person.
yeah,
Men suffer, women suffer. There are good people in this world and there are bad people.
yes,
And
ma'am.
those good people can either be men or women.
Yes, yes. And that's true. So can you break it down to us? What are the few challenges that you know that men are facing? Let me paint a picture to you. I was at a party recently, and there are a bunch of women there. Probably, um, maybe like 87 to 90% of the people that are there at the party, they are all women. Even at the church, 98% of people you see in
We're
churches are women.
everywhere.
All right. So I saw a bunch of, I mean, like a few men around a table and stuff. So when I looked at the whole event, I found out that probably like about 70% of the women that are there, they're divorced. And many of them, they have done bomb, whatever. They have done their breast and all kinds of stuff. Their tummies are flat and all that kind of stuff. But the guys, they still remain the same. They're still looking with big belly and all kinds of stuff. They still remain there. And so, but the women, they have done all of this stuff and everything. And what I noticed is that majority of the women, that were there, they were actually advertising to find a man to take home that day
Hmm.
and stuff. They are lonely, they're single, they're searching for love. Uh, but the guys are just sitting somewhere and they're looking as well. We are here. If you need us, we are here. Those are not pushing. They're not even doing anything. So I noticed something's wrong with these men here. There's something wrong here with these men. They are going through something. And that's why they couldn't stand up and go and mingle with the ladies. The ladies are dancing. Do you know the girls were dancing, but with themselves? They're dancing with each other. It's like a lady dancing with a lady.
Hmm.
And then only maybe about two or three guys were dancing with somebody. And the other ones were just sitting down drinking Hennessy. And they were just watching. And maybe they're waiting for the ladies to get tired and then they just pick one and go home. I'm not sure. So something's wrong with men. And I wanted to break it down to us because you're an expert in this stuff. What do you think is going through the minds of those men who are actually sitting watching?
So, Pastor Shola, thank you very much. This is a very, very good question. It's also a loaded question,
Yeah,
right? Because it's got a lot of dimensions, not only linking to relationship and marriages, but also generally what it means for an African man, a Nigerian man who lives in Nigeria and comes to live in this part of the world.
yeah,
So, whether you are married or single, it takes a lot of learning and relearning when you leave Nigeria to come abroad. So, first of all, a lot of people have a lot of expectation when they are coming abroad. They painted this picture to you that, oh, just come abroad. Once you come here, in 3 months, you buy a house, you send money home, you take all your family away from poverty, you will do this, you do this. So maybe you are a bank manager, you leave your banking job in Nigeria because you hear that America is where there is It's a land flowing with milk and honey. So you sell up and then you come over here. And then when you get here, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't do their homework, they don't do their research, they don't even come to visit. They just hear people paint these exaggerated stories about how it is so easy to make it. This is where the problem starts for the typical Nigerian man or African man who comes abroad. And then when they get here now, they realize that there's no work. Oh, you have to start from the scratch.
Mm.
So you that is a bank manager now, you own your own home, you had a security man working for you, you had domestic staff, they are calling you Oga, 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 Oga. They are telling you to go and start doing security job or take one of those mania jobs so you can start to build your CV. Maybe you need to go back to school, maybe you need to. So it's culturally a very big shock for a lot of men. So
Mm.
they struggle. Unfortunately, men are not so adaptable like women. Women, we adapt quickly.
Yeah.
So, and that's why you go to any university. I don't know how it is in the US. I believe it's the same. But here in the UK, you go to any university in the UK, you will see Mama of 65. She's doing nursing. She's
Of
doing
course.
health and social care.
Of course. Of
So
course.
they will still try. But for men, it is difficult. So,
You know, I always say this. I always say this every time. There is only African women that you see that will be pregnant, 9 months pregnant, and she got 3 kids, one, two, and three, and she will take them to daycare, to school, and still go to school of nursing, and then
yes.
she will come back home and be cooking for the husband and be reading, and then at the end of the day, you just suddenly hear that she passed her exam.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's just African women you see like that.
Yeah, so women have an inner strength. We are not physically strong, but there's an inner strength. I believe God has given us that inner strength and resilience
Yeah.
that we can multitask and do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
But some men are very, very ambitious. They want to get things done, they want to do it. But some, I believe they get stuck when they come here.
Mm.
So it's not easy for them. They start working and maybe they are getting a few, money here and there. They are paying bills. And don't forget again, for African men, it's not just paying bills for your household. You still got responsibility back home. Your
Yeah.
parents are there. Your siblings
Yeah.
are there. They are all looking at you. Brother me, I've not eaten. Brother me, send school fees. So it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So culturally, number one, a lot of African men struggle. And this got nothing to do with marriage, but it's even more difficult. Younger men are easy, they easily adapt, they are more flexible, they are in tune with technology, they can get things done, they research
Yeah.
and they know what to do. But for the older generation, who are maybe 55 and above, it's quite hard when you are
Even
relocating.
45. Even 45.
Yes, yes. At that age, when you relocate, it's difficult.
Very,
I mean,
very.
it breaks my heart sometimes, Pastor Shola. I won't lie. When I see a man that is 60 above and they are still doing all these jobs, they
Yeah.
are cooking for them, they are cleaning, they don't have any help. You can see life has beaten them seriously.
Yes.
They are depressed,
Of course.
but they've got nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
They can't go back home. So it's usually the option, should you go back or should you stay? You'll be thinking now, but how can I go back? To what? I've got nothing back home, so I must make it. And
Yeah.
then 10 years will pass, 20 years will pass, and you are still there, struggling.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
No. No.
So that's number one, culturally, the adaptation and being able to get into the society is a problem for a lot of our men. Number two is the system here is completely different. The idea and the whole thing, anything about marriage here is like Niger, Africa, and
Mhm.
here. I tell people on my show, when you are coming abroad, when you get to JFK, you get to Heathrow,
Mhm.
everything you think you know about marriage and relationship, drop it.
Uh-huh.
Just drop it completely.
Mhm.
And then start to ask questions and learn about your environment.
Yeah.
Because there are laws in this part of the world, there
Yes.
are statutes,
Mhm.
there are things in place. And the Oyinbo people that will come to meet here, they've structured their countries and they identify that some people are vulnerable, women
Yeah.
and children,
Yes.
right? And because of that vulnerability, they've created laws to protect women and children.
And children.
And some of our brothers don't understand this. So
No.
you come from Nigeria where you are honored, you are literally worshipped.
Mm. Mm.
You are the king. You go and
Mm.
come as you want, whether they will put money for food down, you don't put money for food down, nobody cares. Oúnjẹ mi dà. They will serve you.
Yeah.
They will respect you, they will honor you. You are,
Mm.
I mean, even looking back from when we have children, you see the way boys are honored and
Over
women are
men.
told, go to the kitchen. This
Yes.
is go and learn how to serve your husband. So it starts from there.
Yeah.
So men grow up with that kingship mindset.
Mm.
So when you come here where it is a land of equality, Oyinbo man does not believe that he is superior to his wife. He
Now.
does not believe that his wife is not his that and again our men, a lot of them are not domesticated, Pastor Shola. I saw you making amala in the kitchen joyfully the other day. I was like, look at Pastor Shola
Yeah.
making amala. Some men
Mm.
will never.
Mm.
Some of our brothers will never because they see it as demeaning. They
Yes.
see it as, how can I be in the kitchen when I have a wife? But they've forgotten that this is not Nigeria, this is not Africa. So in Nigeria, in a lot of home settings, the man is the head, you will pay most of the bills, you bring the
Yeah.
money for the family to survive. But we know that when we come to this part of the world, it's not the same. Everybody's got to pull their weight.
Mm.
So the number one problem starts from when you want equality in paying bills, but you
Yeah.
don't want equality in the home front.
Mm.
So your wife is doing 10, 12-hour shifts as a nurse or nursing assistant, and you work lesser hour, or maybe you work similar hours, but you close early, and you've got young children. You got
Yeah.
to do the house chores, you got to do laundry, you got to take care of the house, you got to do shopping. And then
Mm.
you still come with that mentality that I'm a man. These are the things I can do. These are the things I cannot do because if I do them, it makes me less of a man.
Mm.
Problem will start from there, Pastor Shota.
Yes.
Because the woman again now, as a woman, I can tell you categorically, I got married in Nigeria. I didn't marry in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that women in Nigeria, you know, some of them, even now, they are beginning to realize that, they don't want to do marriage the way our parents did marriage. Back in the
Mm.
day, they tell you, just shut up and get on with it.
Yes.
Whatever your husband do, just deal with it.
It's acceptable.
It's acceptable. But now, even in Nigeria, not to talk of the diaspora, where there are laws, there are opportunities that people can take advantage of. I'm saying that when women come abroad, some of our sisters now see that, so it's possible. Eh? So this is what the law is saying. This is what because they will make friends. We start talking to people. You now hear that you can call police if your husband wants to give you a baju. You can call police. You now say,
Mm.
so I can call police. In Nigeria, if you call police for your husband, they will say, in fact, they can even tell you, they can even arrest you for calling police. If you go to the police station and go and tell your policeman, "Pay, my husband has just finished slapping me," they'll say, "Madam, I beg, go house,
They
go
will
house."
lock. They even lock you up in prison.
So you now come here and they tell you that you can call 911
Yeah.
and then they will take your husband away. Opportunity real.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Mm.
unfortunately, very, very sadly, and I'm speaking to you, like I said,
Yeah.
as a mother and as a wife,
Yeah.
some women take advantage of that.
Of
It's a,
course. Of
they
course.
take advantage of the system.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The system is there. We didn't create it. This is what the laws of the land is.
Mm.
That you're not supposed to put your hand on another person.
Yes.
But do you believe that some men still come from Africa and they still want to do that here?
Yeah.
And when the woman called the police, then they will say, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ fọkọ ẹ, ìyàwó burúkú ni ẹ́, you are not
Yeah.
a good wife. How dare
Yeah.
you call police?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one issue.
Mm.
The justice system is there, the divorce court or whatever, all this system, lawyers and everything, they are there to
Yeah.
protect people. And when there is an opportunity, people will use it.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, whenever there is opportunity, there is also, when there are laws, there are also loopholes around it that people can
Around it.
use to their
Yeah.
advantage.
Of course.
So that's why you see a lot of brothers running around now saying, women, they took my house, they did this to me, they don't allow me to see my children
Mm-hmm.
because those loopholes are there. And some women that are broken, They
Hmm.
are hurt.
Yeah.
They are very, very hurt, and they want to deal with the man. They will use that.
Vengeance.
Yes. Unfortunately, from a cultural perspective, we only see it from a financial angle. But I tell you, Pastor Shola, it depends on your attitude towards money, the way you
Hmm.
see money. There are things that men suffer for that are deeper than money. And that's why I'm not running towards finances.
I want us to just open those things up. Let's break
Yes.
them down.
There are things that mentally and emotionally that men and women suffer from when marriages are struggling or when there are problems that are deeper than money.
Hmm.
So, for instance, you are separated or you have issues and you don't have access to your children as a man. And some women will do that, sadly. And I always advocate, I preach against it on my platform.
So they use the children as
They
a
use the
weapon to fight.
children as a weapon, yeah. And I always tell women, please don't do that. I know you are hurting, you want to deal with him, and depriving him. Let me give you an example. Here in the UK, there was a brother that I know some years ago. I've never seen a man that has cried for his children like that before. He was walked out of his home on Christmas Day by police
Okay.
because the wife had called the police. They were having disagreement. He's not a violent person, right? But they were having disagreement, and it was getting out of hand. And she called the police, and they told him, "You have to leave because this is the law." That's why I'm saying that we are not the owner of this land. These rules and the laws are made for the people who own the land. So if a white man, for instance, is arguing with his wife, and the wife say, "I want you to leave," he will not argue. He will just take his
Hmm.
bag and go because
Hmm.
he understands the system. But for an African man, that is a huge cultural shock. Leave my house? Because where he's coming from, he's never seen it. When you
Hmm.
have a problem with your wife, it's you that tell your wife, "Oh yeah, my lolly, bye bye. Go and stay there until I bring you back."
Of course.
Or they will call the parents to come and remove the woman and say, "Oh yeah, come and take your child. I don't want anymore. Anytime I'm
Hmm.
ready, I'll come and pick her."
Yeah.
So when you're not a man like that, police now comes and they say, "Leave the house." How do you think he's gonna feel? He will feel like he's been stripped of his manhood, like he's not a man anymore. The
Yeah.
way he will be affected is not only the fact that, maybe he's going to lose his house. And sometimes these houses are houses that you purchased to before you married a man, no? And
Yeah.
before you even got married.
Of course.
We have instances of people who go to Africa to go and marry, and they've bought houses and they've been told to leave the house. Again, it's not because the law wants to punish them or the society wants to punish them. It is because of the protection of the weaker sexes, which is the wife and the children. So the
Hmm.
law will look at it and say, these children are accustomed to this way of life. This is how they've always lived. So you are the man. You are stronger. Go out there and hustle. Leave the house.
And start your life all over.
Start your life all over again. So you see a lot of men
But,
running
but, but do
around
you think it's
now.
possible? It's possible for us to actually guide against all of this stuff. If men, like you said, when you come in from Muritala Mohammed Airport, the moment you enter JFK, remove that fuse of marriage that is in your head, throw it in the garbage, and then start to learn new things. Like
Yes.
if men should redefine what marriage is, in Africa, even the in-laws are not helping. That
No.
when you marry a woman, they believe that woman actually we have done her a favor.
Hmm.
So she must now become our slave because we've done
Yes.
that woman a favor. Men do not see a woman as a partner in
No.
Africa. They see
Yeah.
them more like a property.
So
So
it's patriarchy
yeah,
where the man is the head, they are everything. So the disparity or the what people struggle with, what a lot of men struggle with is, moving from a society that is 100% patriarchy to a society that has equality.
yeah,
Whether you are man or woman, is equality across board. It
yeah,
is very, very difficult for some men to adjust to that because
yeah,
they feel like they are losing their masculinity, they are losing themselves in that society. What is my identity? Okay, let me give you an instance.
yeah,
In Nigeria, when you have elderly parents and they are old, they can't, live by themselves. I remember my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, my Iye, lived with my parents. My mother was caring for her. She was
Hmm.
very old. She lived above 100 years. So it was the duty of my mother as a wife to care for her mother-in-law in my father's house. It was
Hmm.
expected. But if you have that mentality, and that was back in maybe 80, early 80s or something,
Yeah.
if you bring that mentality today in 2023, as I am now, I cannot say, oh, because my mother cared for my mother-in-law, I'm going to bring my elderly mother-in-law to care for her, because the society, even if she was living in the UK, I can't. Not because I'm wicked or I'm a bad wife,
Yeah.
but the society is different.
It's different.
Because if I bring her home, how am I going to care for her? I need to go to work. I need to, make sure that I'm running my business. I need to do so many things. I need to care for my children. And it's
Yeah.
just not practical physically to do it. It's the same thing as marriage. You
Yeah.
can't compare the marriages that our parents had to the marriages that we have in today's society, because the society is different. And
Yeah.
when you live abroad, it's different completely. So everybody's got to do what they got to do to ensure that we don't get to that point where they are calling a lockba, where they are saying leave the house, where they are saying, oh, you can't see your children, where you are going to divorce courts.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Mm. Wow. This is deep. This is deep here. Let's move a little further. I noticed that women of today, they want to commit in marriage. They want to be submissive. Uh, I took a case. The man, when the woman newly walked into the US, he sat her down and said, "No joint account. I don't want joint account because he's the only one making the money." So he told his wife, "I don't want joint account." And now, 10 years down the road, the woman now became a registered nurse, started making a lot of money. Now the man is now demanding for a joint account. Okay. So, and the woman is now saying, no, let's keep it the way it has been before. I will give you 20% of my income, and then 80% belongs to me. So you can use the 20% to support whatever it is that you've been doing before. And the man now is threatening to now divorce the woman and stuff. And they believe that's a challenge.
Mhm.
As a man in America, they believe that they don't have a voice. I can't even instruct my wife. I can't command my wife to do something. She'll be saying no, 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 no. And the next thing is that she want to call 911 if I'm now angry and I want to use my force and stuff like that. How do we break that down to men for them to understand?
So I think the first thing that men and our brothers will love you. Like I said, I've got two adult sons, and I think about them. I pray for them, and I'm trusting God for their lives, that they will choose wisely. Okay,
Yeah.
because I think it starts from number one, how you choose. Number two, how you lead. Because for the average Nigerian woman, a Christian woman, even Muslim women, we still believe that the husband is the head of the family.
Yes.
You don't see a lot of Nigerian women dragging that head. She say, no, you are not my head, oh. Yeah, I'm now. No, I'm okay with that. As a Christian woman, I submit to the authority of my husband as my leader and as the
Hmm.
head of our family. But
Mm.
where there is a head, Pastor Shola, there is a neck.
Yeah.
And the head and the neck cannot work separately. They
Yeah.
are together.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, some women feel like the headship of the family that belongs to a man, they're not leading properly. You're not
Hmm.
going to the right direction. You're
Yeah.
not thinking, you're not looking out for your nuclear family.
Yeah.
You are not making plans that will benefit the whole family. For instance, the example you gave about somebody who said separate account. I bet when he was saying that, he was earning more than the wife.
No, the wife wasn't earning anything. She was just
Exactly.
working.
So
She
he
was zero.
favored him then. He favored him then to say, everybody should keep their account.
Yeah.
Let everybody do their own. And then when she started earning more, he now wants a joint account. But you see, in the diaspora, women have access to information
Yeah.
and they are empowered. And let me tell you something, Pastor Shola. There is nothing as empowering for a woman as financial independence.
Of course.
When you make your own money as a woman, it takes the grace of God for you to say, okay, although I'm making more than my husband, he's still my husband, he's my head, I love him. So men need to be very careful when you are making all those, when you're making statements like, oh, everybody should do their thing. We can't do joint account. We can't do this. We can't do this. I have the final say about finances, what we can spend. I've heard stories of women telling me that their husbands will send 80% of what he's earning to Nigeria
Yeah.
without consulting them.
Yeah.
He will be sending, and then she start making her own money. Now she too wants to start sending. And then you say, no, that money belongs to us. Why are you sending money to your parents and your siblings? The money should come to your family. And then she start challenging him. And she starts saying, no, but you have been sending all these years. It's my turn. Wahala bade.
Yeah.
They start fighting. So my advice to brothers who are listening, I know a lot of you think that I don't like you, but actually, I don't have a problem with men. I love my brothers. I love my husband. I love my sons. I don't have any problem. But what I'm saying is that when you are in Rome, Biko, behave like a Roman. Don't bring that Nigerian mentality about running a marriage to the diaspora. It doesn't work in today. Let it be a partnership.
Yeah.
Although you will still be the head because, like Pastor K will always say, a car cannot have two steering.
Mhm.
So we're in a car. As a family, we're in a car. My
Mhm.
husband is the driver that is driving it. I'm sitting there and the children are there. But you are the head. I appreciate that you are the head. I acknowledge your headship. I'm not
Yeah.
struggling. That's the thing that some men don't understand, Pastor Chola. I don't want to be the head of the family. No, I
Yeah.
don't want it. I'm
Yeah.
okay with my position.
Yeah.
I love it as a woman. I don't want to be
Mm.
the head. I'm not dragging headship with my husband.
Mm.
I want him
Mm.
to be the head. But
And you want to support.
I just want to support. I want him to take me along.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to be involved in decision making,
Hmm.
planning, and we need to share responsibilities.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
problem begins when you want to share financial responsibility, and when it comes to the domestics, you are saying, I'm a man, I'm a man. She will say, ṣé bá jọ ń sanwó ni, mò ń ṣiṣẹ́, mò ń
Mm.
ṣiṣẹ́. So why are you not saying I'm a man? You say
Mhm.
I can't wash plates, I can't cook, I can't do this, I can't do no. Till today, Pastor Shala, you will be shocked to notice to learn that till today there are some men that think help taking their children to school or nursery, they are helping their wife
Of course.
in
Of
this
course.
day and age. So
Yeah.
that's where the problem is.
Now,
We need
another
to
thing.
be let us be jointly accountable. Let us be accountable
Yeah.
and partnering in progress in terms of sharing what we are doing. What do we want to do? How do take my opinion? My opinion matters because if you don't take my opinion, and this is the thing about men. If I advise my husband, he doesn't take it. He will go and try something. If it doesn't work, he will still come back to meet me. Oh, that thing didn't work. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, but when I was advising you, you didn't take it.
Hmm.
Do you understand? We just want to be carried along. I have never seen a woman that is loved, appreciated by her husband, and she will just wake up one day and say, no, this man, I want this house. Oh, yeah, kick him out.
No.
Nobody spits out
There
honey,
can
Pastor
there
Shola.
cannot be smoke without fire.
No, nobody spits out honey.
Yeah.
There are issues already. And when people say that, oh, when you bring Nigerian women here, they start acting out, there were already cracks in the marriage in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But there was no system, there was no support. So when she comes here and she realized that, there's support, she'll take advantage of it.
Now, let me take us through this other side. Is it true? Because I've seen a lot of African men. They say the moment a woman start making money, then they become arrogant. And they don't listen anymore. They want to have their own things. They want to buy their own things. They don't want to run all this stuff by their husbands anymore. That's when they ask that I want to bring my mom, I want to bring my father, I want to bring my uncles and stuff. And they tell me that probably that's the reason why some of the men they don't support their wives when their wife is prosperous. The prosperity of an African woman is more like a threat to an African man. When the wife is now financially free, uh, it will create a kind of a heat inside of the marriage that a man will feel like the moment a woman is got financial freedom, she will no longer be under control. And the word control, is it supposed to be in marriage or not?
Hmm.
Because when you look at biblically, the instruction is husband love your wife, not control your wife.
Hmm.
Control to me is actually not really supposed to be in marriage. To control, correcting is good, loving is good, caring is good, helping is good, and all of that beautiful, beautiful stuff. But what do you think? Is it true that African women, when they start making money, before they start making money, they are humble? But the moment they start making money, they become arrogant and proud.
Oh, money, 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 money. No wonder the Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
This money matter, the wahala it will cause, eh? No, I don't believe that control should even
Yeah.
be something that should exist in a marriage.
Yeah.
Actually, like I said, in my background, my training and the job, my day job, there is something that is abusive that they call coercion and control.
Yeah.
So when you coerce somebody and you control them, it's considered abuse. You're controlling them. Ta ló pè ẹ́? Mo ló ti ń bọ̀? Bo lò ń lọ? Who are you talking to? This, that. No, control shouldn't be. There should be trust. And control comes from fear.
Yeah.
And fear comes from low self-esteem.
Yeah.
When you are a confident person and you trust the person that you are with, either as a husband, as a wife, then you don't need to control them. You
Mm.
don't need to. It's not to say that the woman should just go out there and do whatever they like without consulting you, because I know sometimes, some
Mm-hmm.
brothers are complaining that some women do that. They feel that because they have money now, they can just do whatever they like without consulting the husband. And I can see why some brothers will feel emasculated by that.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they will feel like, oh, because you are earning money now, that's why, oh, Kamikun, mi ò jọ́ nǹkankan lójú ẹ̀ mọ́.
Yeah.
I'm not your husband anymore. Ó ti sọ mí di gbẹ̀wù dání.
Yeah.
And that is why women need to be very careful when it comes to finances. And I'm saying this to all of you sisters, you know that I love you, but I will tell you the truth. We need to be careful because, especially when you feel like you've upgraded, you've upgraded yourself and financially you're earning 3 times, 4 times more than what your husband is earning. It is easy for you to say, you know, why should I bother what he has to say? I don't care anymore. I can do whatever I like. But then again, it comes from a lapse in leadership. Pastor Shola,
Mm-hmm.
if he was leading you well with the little he had, he was open and honest, sharing with you. It has to be a Jezebel.
Mm.
That woman has to be a Jezebel to say, oh, now that I have money, I'm making money now. I want to oppress my husband with it. I'm out of control. I will do whatever I like. That's a Jezebel spirit.
It might actually be probably the way she was treated when she had nothing.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying is about how you led the woman when she had nothing.
At the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, because unfortunately, in today's marriages, you now see people who are doing marriage as do me, I do you.
Yeah.
So when you had money, like the example you gave, the man that the wife was not working, and he was saying, let's not do joint account.
Yeah.
The wife was back. She was trying to grow herself. She didn't have money. She was not working. Now she has money. She's like, okay, it's time for me to show you.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. I don't think it
Now,
should.
Auntie B, the issue is that everybody, every Nigerian, we have it in our blood. That
Mm,
that's why we compose this song. Everybody will sing that song. We have forgotten the process that we have to pass through. It's just you are going through process. You have to lack, you have to learn, and you have to now be successful. But during the
yeah.
time you are lacking and struggling, we always believe one will make me, one will make me. So the issue is that by the time we now start making a little money, then we start showcasing some other stuff on social media. Ojú tí wọ́n o, ojú tí wọ́n o.
That's low
This is,
self-esteem.
we all have it in us.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's low self-esteem.
Yeah,
It
we
comes
do have
from
it
low
in us.
self-esteem. Yeah.
Some people will fake it just to make
Hmm.
it. They have
Yeah.
not arrived yet, but they will still fake it. So in inside of marriage, sometimes when you treat a woman badly, a woman is like a computer. What you input, actually, biblically, the Bible says, whatever a man sow, that's what he reaps. You see, your wife, the character and the behavior of your wife is actually the mirror of your life. What you've done to that woman is what the woman is giving back to you. So we have to be very, very careful when we are laying the foundation, just like you said. You know, a man's supposed to understand how to treat their wife. A woman is a machine. You have to make sure that you utilize a woman to bring goodness to you, not to bring sorrow to you. Because when a woman wants to destroy a man, it's easy for them to do. And if they want to support you to grow, they could do it just like that. And I believe that the two of us are supposed to work together, respect each other, and grow. Now, another question I want to ask you, madam, is that we men, we are complaining, we are complaining, and we want you to talk to these your women. These women, they love you, and you say you love them. You have to tell them, because all of this spiritual thing is affecting us. They are going to church 7 times in a week. Praying. We'll prayer line. We are not having sex with them. They will not accept. Oh, I'm fasting. It's 17 days in church, 17 days in church. You know, we're hungry. Oh, see, Auntie B, we're hungry. All right. Yes, we are angry. We are very, very. I'm speaking on behalf of the men now. We are
Emma
very angry
Binu.
right now. Okay,
Emma
I want
Binu.
to touch my wife. She'll be like, I'm on a special day. Which special day? Every day is supposed to be special.
Emma Binu. You people
I
should
think,
not be angry. I apologize. On
I
behalf
think,
of all those spree wives
uh,
that are saying pé, that they are fasting, I apologize. My brothers, Ejo, Emma Binu. It's lack of understanding. Okay?
mhm,
It's lack of understanding. And for women who are doing that, yeah, there is something missing in their lives.
okay,
Because even the Bible made us to understand that before you can go and fast, eh? Before you can say, I'm separating myself to fast, there needs to be agreement between husband and wife. You can't go and say, oh, I'm doing 40 days dry fasting when your husband has not consented to it, he has not agreed. God is watching you. You see, oh, Pastor Shola, the way we do Christianity in Nigeria, what do I say? People respect their pastors, they love their pastors more than their husbands. That's a problem. And so whatever comes from the mouth of their prophet or their pastor is like, because most Nigerian Christians cannot distinguish between the man of God and God. To them, the only access to God is through the man of God. So
yeah,
whatever their GO says or their prophet says, if somebody told me on my show that, and it's a man, that in Nigeria, Awo, the plate that the mother used to serve the pastor is a special one in their
mm,
house. But the mother used to told you any day that the pastor will come to the house, the woman will go and bring it out and serve pastor. The father, who is the head of the family, does not eat with that plate. So I think religion has done a number on our people, unfortunately. But there's a lot of misunderstanding regarding the roles,
yeah,
right? So all these people that are saying they are fasting, so because of that, when the Bible says that you shouldn't deny one another,
mm.
so you should always, there is no excuse for you to say, I don't want to make love to my husband, or except you are sick.
Gbogbo fasting wọn tán ṣe náà àárín tó dà.
Fasting, you are fasting, and so because you are fasting, and if you are fasting,
Won't you break by 6 o'clock and let us chinobole by 6:30?
do you
Okay?
know what I think, Pastor Shola? Let me tell you the truth. The women that are using fasting and church to cover, there's something missing in their lives.
Something missing.
Yes.
Something missing.
There's something missing that they are looking for, and that's why Tonfiman Gbe Church is Oribenye.
Yeah.
The women who, they love themselves, they love their partner, they are happy in their relationship, they will not be running up and down saying, hey, I'm fasting, so I cannot sleep with you. Don't touch me. When women are even complaining, in my platform, women are even complaining, hey, that they want their husband to step up, that they want him to do more, to even make love to them more regularly.
But do they? But this is another problem that I have, and it's not just me. All of us men, is that your women don't ask for sex, oh. Your women can't ask for sex, oh. They will be there. They will just be sitting down there like Scooby Doo, and they expect us to be asking for sex all the time. We are tired. We are
No,
tired of asking.
that's cultural.
So
That's
we want to
cultural.
feel, and to be, we want to feel love too. We want to feel
Mm.
love like I'm lying down on the couch and you just come to me and start rubbing on my belly and say, "Sweetheart, I need you tonight." Oh my God, I will feel like I want to die there. I will take it like a full-time job. Okay, but the issue is that your women, that's part of the challenge that we have. Your women will just sit down there like Scooby Doo and they'll be looking. Then they are angry. They are angry that my husband is not touching me. Oh, did you ask him?
So the way we've been raised and socialized has
Yeah,
number one, it's got something to do with it. So we're brought up in a society back in Nigeria that suppressed women's sexuality. Okay, this is the fun. This is the truth about this matter. So even today, women, the way we were brought up, so you see a married woman that will still be shy when talking about sex or when talking about, having intimacy with her husband. She's shy. A woman of 50,
yeah,
she's shy. I'm 50 years old. Imagine I will still be shy when I have children already.
yeah.
Because the culture, the way it's programmed, there's a lot of things that goes on with how people are trained, the way they are socialized. Our parents socialized us and trained us to see sex as something that's dirty. Okay, to see something that is meant to happen in marriages only when you want to procreate, when you want to have children. It's not something to be enjoyed, and that's why till today you see some women in Nigeria, they will go and circumcise them so that they should not enjoy sexual intimacy, because it is wrong for a woman to enjoy it. It means that you are loosed. It means that you are not a wife material. How dare you have orgasm? So women struggle with that, Pastor Shola. There are some women that have never had orgasm before in their
You know,
lives.
you know why I'm saying this? You are the one that said, "Oh man, when you are coming from Africa, when you get to the airport, remove the views of Africa." Can't
Yes,
you tell the same women?
I'm
Remove
going
the
there.
views of
I'm going
stupid
there.
African mentality and come to the US and go to the UK and demand for sex.
I'm going.
Okay?
I'm going
And
there,
talk
Pastor
about it.
Shola. Any suru. I'm going there. Yes, women. Tó
Gbogbo
bá
wa lè
bíyàn,
ní this
tó bá
is
bíyàn,
justice
èèyàn
for
máa ń
them.
túra ẹ̀bí ni.
Yeah,
So wọ́n ti bí wá, a máa túra wa bí ni. So we
big.
need to learn and educate ourselves regarding what men like freaky freaky. That's the truth. I've never seen Pastor Gio that doesn't like freaky freaky. They love it. So stop all this nonsense, babe. You want to tie your head 24 hours, you want to be doing mommy Gio, and you want to be, it's good to be spiritual. But you need to distinguish between spirituality and religiosity. The problem with our women, my sister, is that they don't know the difference.
Yeah,
They think it's by not having intimacy with their husband. That's what makes them spiritual. That's
yeah,
what makes them pure.
yeah,
So it's a
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
It's a big problem. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay for you to tell your husband, this is how I like it. It's okay for you to go and tap daddy when he's staying and watching TV too long. Well, yeah, or reports. I have something to show you in the other room. Come. There's something. It's okay to do, to use toys. It's okay to use role play. It's okay to spice things up. There is nothing wrong in it. It is not a sin. It is okay, but we still need to be creating that awareness. We need to be educating, especially the older women. Hey, please, oh, don't deny, yo. You are always saying it pays food. Yes, it's food for men, yo. And try to communicate about it. Maybe
Mm.
if you don't like the way they are doing it, if your husband is someone that is not doing the right way, talk to him, be open and say, can you do it this way? Maybe let's try something. If there are issues around hygiene, around performance, go speak to a therapist, go to a doctor. There is help everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
But the truth is that people need, married people need to understand that, intimacy is the bedrock of marriage. When there's no intimacy and you are not making love regularly, I don't know what you are doing.
I don't. Now, another part of it that my guys are complaining about, because I am actually here now to represent the guys. They, they gave me $200 to come here to come
Pastor
to come and
Jalo.
represent them. The other part is that we men, we love. You see, if I ask them right now, if you're a guy out there, if you love oral sex, shout who. You're going to hear like 1 billion right now. Okay. The problem with us right now is African women always say, oh, you guys are cheating. You guys are cheating. Why won't we cheat? We are cheating because we are not getting what is needed at home. We are very adventurous. We love so
So
much.
don't cheat. No, cheating is not allowed.
We understand. We don't want to cheat. It's not like we want to cheat, but we are demanding for what we want that will not make us to go outside. Okay. Now, I want you to, put the banana in your mouth. It's so very easy. Do I have to teach you that one? Is instinct supposed to teach you that this is how you
Anything of being bad, anything of being bad,
ẹnu yẹn náà wà á fi gbàdúrà tí n bá lọ tán tí n bá sá lọ tán ẹnu yẹn wà á fi gbàdúrà. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So, and then another man came to me and was like, I want to lick the plate of my wife, but she won't allow me. And she said, oh, the place is dirty. He said, but is it your mouth? Is it not my mouth that I want to put there? And stuff. So I see a little bit of a challenge here. Men, we go out there, and women do go out there too. But women are afraid of coming in to practice what they have learned outside. They go to work with all these Caribbean and Black American women. These people talk. And when they talk, they come home, they want to present it on the table and say, honey, I think we should practice this stuff. But they are afraid because they don't want the man to see them as a nasty woman or whatever. But women, when we come home, we want the women to do it. We push it to them. Say, oh boy, banana, rock the mic. I was like, are you a devil? Are you a demon? Why were you saying that? This okay, open your leg, let me stop, let me lick the plate. And I said, you cannot. So at the end of the day, one funny thing about the whole stuff is that if that man should enter into the hands of one Black American, he will never come back again. Okay, and for us to prevent all of this marriage breaking, men and women, we must to sacrifice. So what do you say to that?
First of all, Pastor Shola, please stop comparing us to Black Americans or women from Caribbean. Okay. African women, the way we were raised, our culture and religion has done a number on us. We are trying.
You are the one that said remove the fuse from JFK. You said you said remove the fuse from JFK.
Yes, we've removed it. We are still preaching it. We are educating people. The problem is that is the religiosity of it again.
Okay.
Most of these women that say no to aura, when they say no to play, I want to lick your plate, they say, Jesus, this is a demon. It's because they've been told by their pastors that it's a sin. That is the fundamental. Pastor Shola, I'm telling you to God that if any woman that says she does not agree to plate licking, if her GO or pastor will stand in church on Sunday and say, you know what? They start talking about, sex and say, oh, licking plates and eating banana is the sweetest part of intimacy. They will go home and tell their husband, oh, come.
Okay.
It is because they believe it is a sin. That is where it is coming from. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Till today, some GOs or some pastors are still saying it's a sin. And most of these churches people, I call them religious people, they think if I do it, it's a sin to God and I don't want to commit sin. That's why they don't agree. They've not even tried it. And some will try it once, they will say, kini you do baje. Let's be doing it. It's very, very nice. Because the older you get in marriage, you know that you need to, be creative around it. Because, your body is not the same anymore. The woman has had children. The husband is aging. He's not as strong as, how he was in his 30s and his 20s. So, you need to be creative. But I think the answer to it is for there to be education around it, in churches. Mm-hmm. People like you who are open about it, talking about it, invite people like you or other men of God, who can talk about it, women of God who can talk about it and educate people.
They will, Auntie B, they will not listen to me. You know, some people will rather call me Mr. Shola than call me Pastor Shola. They don't see me as Pastor Shola. They see me as a carnal person. Because I don't come to share revelation with them and say, with them. They don't understand that a mentor, somebody who is a mentor, is a pastor. A pastor is a teacher, or is a leader. It's not until somebody starts lying to you about one revelation or the other before you call them pastor. So they don't believe someone like me. They believe there are pastors who see revelations and all kinds of stuff to them. All right. It's only very few, very few people, like about 2, 3, 4% of the of Nigerian Christians that are now thinking outside of the box now. You'll be so shocked, my sister, that if you call a meeting, there's a prophet coming from Nigeria that will tell you all about your life. Everybody in Houston will abandon where they're going, they will go there. But announce on TV that there's a pastor coming to teach you about how to enjoy your sex life. Only 2% of Houston will go there. And the other ones will continue to complain about how their marriage is going down, how their marriage is not working, and they continue to pray and pray and pray. But instead of going to where they could be trained and for them to be shown what to do, because marriage is actually a full-time job.
Yeah.
It's not by praying, it's a full-time job.
Yeah,
Okay, so
some
it's
women
difficult.
complain that the reason why they say no to Aura is because of hygiene, personal hygiene.
Okay.
They complain that the hygiene of their spouse is not good enough, that they
Yeah.
are not clean. That some brothers, the men that they are married to, wear boxers 3 days, they won't change it, they don't shave, they don't use antiperspirant, they don't use perfume,
Yeah.
and nobody wants to put their mouth on something that is not good,
Yeah,
that is
even,
not
even
clean.
women too. Even women too. All right.
So
Sometimes you sit
I think
next
we
to
need
a
to talk
woman.
about hygiene first. Both
Yeah.
men and women. We need
Hygiene.
to, yeah, hygiene is very, very important.
Okay.
That we take care of our personal hygiene to make sure that we are clean and well presented. And it's okay. And I'm saying it now categorically to you, my sisters. I don't know how many of you that are listening. It's okay. It's okay to experiment. It's okay to wear nice lingerie.
Yeah.
It's okay to spice this
Stop wearing
up in the
Ankara to
bedroom.
bed. Stop wearing Ankara to bed. Go and buy sexy nightgown.
Ankara is a lie. Ankara bibawo. Are you wearing Ankara? Are you 80 years old? Kujo,
Ah,
no.
that's what they wear to bed, though. Ankara, they
No,
wear Ankara
men
to
are
bed.
moved by what they see. So please
Yes.
try and package. You need
Yes.
to be packaging yourself. Make sure you buy very good lingerie and dress properly
Yeah.
and do something to tantalize them because men, when they see something, I
Yeah.
mean, it triggers something in them and
I'm, I am
yeah,
telling you. I'm telling you.
yeah.
Because of our time, let's go to the other part because I want to go to the in-law part of it quickly before we wrap it up. Because I'm going to bring you back because I'm enjoying this conversation right here so that we can actually be able to balance. So people hate me, so many people hate you too. But today I believe it's going to be the beginning of a kind of a different
I don't think
way
they
of
hate us, Pastor Shola. They just
it,
misunderstand
yeah,
us.
it's going to be a different way that they're going to perceive us from now and stuff. Now, the other part is that a lot of women do say, and it's part of what the men, that's what's often in you. Or as you see, the issue is that a lot of women will say, oh, I'm giving my husband sex and he's still going out to cheat. Hello, man. Do you know the sex they are referring to? They sleep there like a log of wood like this and do, and that's it. And that's what they call sex. You see, we African men, we give and we want to take. We don't want you to just sleep there like a log of wood. We want you to be there and participate. All right? Flip me upside down and climb on top of me. Do exactly
True.
what I just did to you. Do it to me too. Okay?
True.
And don't just lie down there like a log of wood and expecting me to be doing the whole job by myself. Okay? And stop. And that is boring. Missionary style is boring. We want to do helicopter. We want to do sit on the neck. We want to do touch your toe. We want to do spider. We want to do all of this stuff and everything. Okay. So but
Agbasọ́lá
when
ìjọ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ má gbà mí. Èwo ni bí
really,
helicopter èmi ò
wọ́n
gbọ́
mi
mi
ni
rí o.
àwọn boys ló rán mi iṣẹ́ lẹ́nìí mo láti jíṣẹ́ yẹn. I have
Ó
to,
ga o helicopter. Ẹ
I have
ṣe
to do
ẹ
all
fẹ́
this stuff.
fly ibo lẹ̀ ń lọ. Where you travelling to on helicopter?
You see, all of them are talking. They say yes, Pastor Jola. They send me to come here. Okay.
Oh my
So
goodness.
how,
Ọmọ
how
rí
will you
nǹkan o.
encourage our women? Because it's a challenge for us. We African men
Mm.
in America, you see, we cannot just have sex with our wife anymore. It's actually they put it on timetable now. They put it on
So
timetable.
what I'm going to say about that, Pastor Shola, is that for women, what sex means to a man is different from what it means to a woman. I'm not making excuses,
Yeah.
but this is the truth, right? So for men, it's all about a man can sleep with anybody
Yeah.
at any time. You can just see a we find girl now, and they see the bakasi and they see everything. Oh, before you
Yeah.
know, they can get it on. But for women, it's more emotional for us.
Yeah.
So for a woman, I always say it on my show that, men, if you want to have sex with your wife tonight, don't wait. till you come home from work. Don't wait till it is time. Because women complain a lot that Nigerian men are not romantic. That's another thing I want you to take to your men, Pastor Shola.
Okay.
You guys need to step up the romance game. What sex is to women, to men, is what romance is to a woman.
Okay.
Romance is the gateway. If you want to get more,
Yeah.
step up the game on romance.
Mm.
Some of our brothers are not romantic at all. When was the last time you took your wife out? When was the last time you sent her
Let me
a
crack
text?
a joke. Let me crack a joke. I told one man, I said, be romantic. Man said, Pastor Tola, I am romantic. That's why we have 7 kids.
Amarinko, 7 kids. So romance is very, very important. That uncle is definitely lost. He doesn't understand
Romance is
what
not
romance
sex,
is.
though.
You need to know what your wife's love language is. You know, there are words of affirmation, there is gift giving, there are 5 or 6 different kinds of love languages. Learn it. Which one does my wife like? Is it acts of service? Some women just do something for them. It's enough to get their juices running. Come home and help me, to clean, to do laundry, and they are okay. They will be all over you. Some women, give them a gift, no matter how small. Some women is just whispering sweet nonsense to their ear. Mama niye, odungole ni o. Look how you are shining. You tell us words that will make us feel good. Because as you age again, when you have children, a lot of women battle with, our looks. Do we still look the same way? Our body has shifted. Things are no longer the way they were. So when your husband constantly validates your look, always giving you, you know, always giving you compliments, it does something to you emotionally. And that opens up. If you want to have all the sex in this world, just know your wife's, you know, the language that she understands. In terms of her love language, she will be agreeing for. In fact, she will go and learn all the style in this world. She will go and ask her friend. She will watch movies. Say, which one? She will do it. Just learn how to be romantic. The problem is, me and you have not spoken for 2 days. My husband and I are having a misunderstanding. 2 days. Maybe he's keeping malice or I'm keeping malice with him. I don't know. We're not talking. And we're cold towards each other. Then in the night, you come and say, "Hey, hello. How are you? How are you?" In the middle of the night, when I know that the only thing you want now is that you want to make love to me. I will not agree. Our bodies are not built that way. That's what I'm
And when
saying.
we are so romantic, man, we are romantic, we are gifts and all kinds of stuff. Why is it that they're still lying down there like a log of wood? Okay, that
You
is
can
our problem.
teach us. You can teach
That's
us.
our problem. You want to kiss
If you have
African
more
women,
experience.
you want to kiss African women, saliva will be coming out.
It's not true, Pastor Shola. It's not true. It's not true. If you know more. Right? And let me tell you something, another thing that some women are complaining about. Some
Mm.
women have said that when they try to experiment in the bedroom, maybe do another study, their husband will say, ibo lo ti kọ́ yẹn? Ọmọ yìí, ó bàjẹ́ o.
No,
Who taught
those
you?
are the ones from the interior side. We
Oh,
choose
yẹn
boys.
tán.
We choose
They
boys.
will
When
tell
you
you,
bring a
hey,
style, we'll be
how
saying,
did you learn this
Ose
style
Mami.
that you are doing? Who taught you this style that you are doing?
No, we boys like us will say, Ose Mami, etu bede, mama, etu bede. That's what we will say.
All I can say is that women, look after yourself. Make sure that you're looking after yourself physically,
Yeah,
because all this takes energy.
of
Okay.
course.
So if you eat a bowl of
Uh,
and you're feeling heavy, you're not going to be on top of your husband. It's not possible. You can't
it
get
help
on
us
top.
tell them, oh, we are choking, oh, we are
No,
choking.
you can't. You
We are
can't.
choking, oh. We are
So you
choking,
need
oh.
to make sure that you're watching what you are eating,
Yeah.
exercising a little bit here and there. I know we are busy with life. I understand I've got all this going on myself, but it is important that look after yourself physically and then communicate.
Communicate.
And if brothers, I'm saying this for our brothers now. If there's something you like, you can communicate with your spouse. This is how I like it. Can you do this? Let's try this tonight. But the first thing, Pastor Shola, I'm not lying to you. And I'm speaking of on behalf of all women, not only Nigerian women, African women, women worldwide. Romance is the gateway to a woman's heart when it comes to you having access to her body.
Mm.
Give her romance, she will give you sex.
Okay. Now, because of our time, I'm not going to take calls today because I'm bringing you back later. Now, let's finally just touch on the in-law part of this whole stuff. African men, we are complaining. We are complaining. You will see that women, they are very, very selfish in the part that you are here in America, and the next thing is that you're about to have a baby. Then you are already saying it's your mommy that is coming. How about my own mother? When is my own mother coming? Okay, then are we supposed to now make it a kind of a competition that, okay, let your mother come for 3 months, my own mother come for 3 months, or my mother is actually superior to your own mom because I am the man. My mother's supposed to come. So we see that there's always a kind of a competition when it comes to which family is coming, how long are they staying, where do they stay. My own mother as a man supposed to stay in the basement, but your own mother wants to sleep in our bedroom. Okay, so why do we I'm sorry, the question is, how do we balance this up so that African women will understand that we men will love our mother too, we love our father too, I want
Absolutely.
to take care of them the same way you want to take care of your own.
Mhm. So I think it depends on the couple. The first thing that I'm advising you now, if you are not married or you're about to get married or you're planning to get married in the future,
Yeah.
one of the things that is very, very important that I learned from PK is exchanging parents. That is the way. The first step, you need to exchange parents. So if you are marrying a man, take the man's parents as your parents, and the man will take your parents as his parents. You exchange. And when you exchange parents, and your husband begins to treat your parents as his parents, and you begin to treat his parents as your parents, there will be no friction.
Mm,
So when it comes to the nuances of who is coming to visit, who will do a mugo and all that, it's all about communication. It's lack of communication that is causing this. So I have a baby. Who is going to come? How old is my mother-in-law? What is my father, my mother-in-law, my mother? It's not about who will come, who everybody love their parents. It's about being practical. Who is working, who is more agile, who will be able to do the task. Because I don't want, because sometimes some women complain that they bring their the mother-in-law, that's their husband's mother, and
mm,
then she becomes a burden because she can't do anything, she's too old. If you bring a 70-year-old woman to America to come and do babysitting or come and do take care of a newborn, you are punishing her. But if the other mother-in-law was younger, then you should be able to communicate about it. Okay, we've had a baby. Who is going to come? Let's look at it. Your mother, my mother. Is your mother working? Is your mother stronger? We agree. It's not a competition. It's not. Whenever you make anything competition in marriage, you've lost already.
mm,
It shouldn't be a competition. It's a conversation. Call your
mm,
husband. I love you. I want your mother to come. I love my mother-in-law. But my mother-in-law is 95 years old. How
mm,
is she going to help me? She can't do anything. When you bring an older person, you're going to have to cook for them. You clean for them. You have to take them out. You have to do everything. They can't help you. So it's looking about the practicality of what is needed.
yeah.
So first of all, when you're going into marriage, you agree that, okay, oh, in-laws, are they going to live with us or they will visit?
Mm.
You agree. Some people want their in-laws to live with them, but in the abroad, I don't know how practical that is. If they
It's
are visiting,
difficult.
how long? But you
It's
need to
difficult.
communicate. It shouldn't be me against you.
Yeah.
Let it not be competition.
Mm,
Communicate and come to an understanding and agree. Don't go and bring your mother-in-law without discussing with your wife. Don't go and
mm,
bring your father-in-law, whoever in-law without this. You need to discuss it. You need to agree. How long? Who is coming? How long are they staying? Where are they going to stay? We agree. Some women, I've seen it on your page, complain that their mother-in-law come and the husband kick them out of their bedroom to sleep
mhm.
in their bed.
Yeah.
If you are the wife, you will not
That's
be
that's
happy.
wrong. That's very wrong.
Exactly. So that's to tell me that it's not the problem of the mother-in-law that is coming. There's already problem in the marriage
Of course.
because
There is
the husband is
competition
not
there.
communicating with his wife.
Yeah.
That's why the mother can come and you tell your wife to go and stay in the sitting room, and your mother and your sister are staying in your bedroom.
Yeah. There's
So,
another case of husband and wife, they put money together to build a mansion in Africa. And
hmm,
after the house got completed, the man moved his own family into the house in Nigeria. The woman asked, will my mom and dad be moving into? And he said, no. In-laws don't go into that kind of a place. It's only the father and the mother of the groom that is, actually right to move into such a kind of a house that we can build a bungalow for your own mother and father somewhere where they live and stuff. And that was what caused the problem that actually led into divorce. That why would we put over 120, 200 million together to build a mansion and you move your own parents into it? And now you are
Yeah.
now saying we should go and build a 5 million bungalow for my own parents and stuff.
Mm,
So I believe husband and wife should understand that they're supposed to
yeah.
be on the same team. They're
Mm,
supposed to have an agreement. Before you
mm,
move your parents into a house, supposed to discuss it. And I
yeah.
feel like, okay, you don't even want to bring in-laws into your territory. That's
Exactly. I
your
mean, that's
territory.
not even enough to cause divorce. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's
It's
not. But
not.
but
It's lack of.
but
It's breakdown in communication. It's
but
not
you know what
enough.
you said. African women, some I don't want to say African women, some African women they take advantage of the law here
Yes.
because women are taken care of big time. So
Mm,
they feel like, okay, yeah, I can overpower you, I can do whatever I like
yeah.
and stuff.
That's
I'll
not
still be all
enough.
right. And I'm gonna
That's
take
not
all of
enough.
your money anyway. They'll kick you out of the house. I'll take the car, I'll take the money, I'll still continue to collect spousal support from you. And you still pay it even though you are not living there.
Yeah, because they never loved the man in the first place. Some women marry, I mean, it depends on why people are marrying. So if we want to look at all this issue, it goes to the foundation as well. When you go to
Yeah.
Nigeria and go and marry a girl who is desperate to come abroad, she
Yeah.
doesn't love you, she loves America.
She wants to come. She's
She
just
wants to
using
come
you.
to America,
Yeah.
and you are two times her age. She
Yeah.
never loved you. Maybe she has one small boyfriend that she's dating that she's
You
in
know
love
what
with.
I'm saying? You know what I'm
Any
saying?
opportunity, you are out. And then you now say, oh, everything I worked for, she's taking, she never loved you. You were
Yeah.
just an opportunity for her to come to America.
Yeah.
So people should be careful when they are marrying and choosing carefully because you can be flattered as a man when you are in your 60s and you go to Nigeria and this 25-year-old is jumping out around you and doing everything for you and showing you love and you think, oh, let me marry her and bring her here.
You're just
Let me
stupid.
marry,
You're just
he
very
will, he
stupid.
will show
Yeah.
you Pepe.
Yeah. Somebody's talking about Akeem here. I don't want us to talk about that case because
Oh,
we don't know
goodness.
exactly what happened over there.
Hmm.
Another case, I don't know, probably you read this on social media. Husband and wife, the wife a nurse and the husband, I don't know what's into. They built a house in Nigeria and then there was a kind of a fallout and they had to take a bulldozer there and they totally dismantled and demolished the entire mansion.
Wow, I didn't see
Yeah, they
that.
demolished it. The husband, okay, what happened was like the wife bought the land but the
Hey.
husband built the house. So the woman is saying, take your house off of my land.
Ló bá tán.
So the
Hey,
next thing to do is just to demolish the house. Uh,
wow.
that's a house of over 300 million naira.
Wow. That doesn't even make sense. It
Doesn't.
doesn't make sense. Why would people go that far? Is there no way to resolve it? Can't you
Yeah.
pay out even if the marriage is ending? I mean, the man can pay out for the land instead of
Happily,
breaking
I
it.
will
I mean,
I will
but
even leave the house and walk away.
everybody loses when you break the house. I don't you see,
Yeah,
Pastor Shola, we should address people's attitude towards money.
of course. It's actually the major issue that is in
Yes.
relationship. Yeah,
We were discussing it yesterday with Online Man of Prestige. The attitude that Nigerians have towards money is not healthy.
yeah.
And that is where the problem starts from. A lot of Nigerians, unfortunately, because you come from poverty background, there is also something that is poverty of the spirit.
Mm,
And you are poor in the spirit in a way that everything around your life is all about money,
mm.
money, money. You can't see beyond money. You calculate everything based on money. That is a poor mindset. It's
Yeah.
not good.
You see, even in the ministry, my sister in the ministry, I don't know, probably you've been following me for a long time. I'm not the kind of guy that loves to wear suit or wear all of this stuff. I don't. I get very uncomfortable. I just like my t-shirt and my jeans. So one thing I noticed was like people don't respect me when they see me like that.
Because you are not wearing agbada and
Or,
suit.
or suit or maybe Gucci or whatever. Whenever I go out to minister and I'm wearing my t-shirt, the ushers will take me and go and sit me at the back. And it's gonna be the pastor of the church that will now start looking for where is the guest speaker. They'll not say, oh, is it Pastor Chola? I say, no, there's a guy, we start him at the back. Say, that's the person coming to preach. Because I didn't wear suit, I didn't wear anything, the usher will. They just look down on you, they put you at the back. So what happened? So
Because we are
recently,
consumed as a people. Unfortunately, Nigerians are consumed by, presentation. And that's why you hear people say on social media, fake it until you make it.
fake it until you make it, and
Yes.
it's still money.
Because it's unfortunately in this part of the world, you can even get away with it. Go to Nigeria as a pastor and wear t-shirts.
Yeah.
People, they will literally not allow you to enter, even in places of work, offices. They will not let you enter. The security man
Actually, I
will send
went
you
to
away.
minister in Nigeria. They gave me a dress code.
Huh.
When they were
Uh-huh.
sending invitation to me, they told me exactly what to wear and stuff like
Because
that.
the society is consumed by presentation. It's how you look. So people will go and borrow cars, they will borrow shoes, they will borrow bag, they will borrow wig, borrow everything because they want to look a certain way so that they can be accepted.
And that's where money comes in. Then we now start falling in love with making money, and then looking for money by fire by force. That's why some women, they will travel to Abuja. I mean, they will travel to Dubai to have sex with a boyfriend for 30 seconds, and then they collect money and then fly back to the US, and they will tell their husband they went for business meeting in Chicago and stuff. And all because of money. All because they want to do their bomb,
It's
they
very,
want to
very
do their
unhealthy.
breast.
Pastor Fola, our attitude towards money as Nigerians. I've been to a different African country,
Yeah.
and it's not the same.
Mm.
Nigerians are obsessed with money.
We are. We are. We are. We are.
We
And
worship
we love to
money
oppress
literally.
people. We love to oppress people too.
Yes. People are so consumed. Oh, what did you wear? Which bag did you carry? What car are you driving? What is this? And the Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm.
If only money can solve the problem of this world. Some people, unfortunately, what people don't understand, because when you have a poverty mindset, you feel like, if only I can have this, my life will be perfect. Go and look at the people that have it, or Oyinbo that have it.
Yeah.
They have generational wealth,
Yeah.
but they don't flaunt it.
That is
They
why
don't.
so many of your girls are still single and don't find a husband. Whenever they come to me, Pastor Shala,
As I leave my
he
girls
must be
alone, no.
tall. Pastor Shala, he must be tall. I say, oh, good. He must have six pack. I say, okay. He must have six figure salary. I say, okay. He must be working in
You two are looking. You men are looking for bum bum as well now. So our sisters are looking for six pack.
bomb. Now who bomb go help? Now the bomb will
They are
go
looking
fall
for
later.
bum bum and breast, big
He
breast.
go fall. He go fall down. Yakata later. Sagbeloju yoyoni. I've been telling people on my network, when you see a pointed breast like this on social media, it's fake, yo. It is postel. When they remove it like this, it go just fall. Bam. Okay, that's it. Then your eyes go clear. You have wasted your money of shawarma or the gouda, everything you have wasted. The issue with us is that we are actually so greedy, set of people. We are looking for profit where we didn't sow. A lot of men too, they are looking for women who are actually professionals to marry so that they can actually take money from them. So, in conclusion, in conclusion, just to actually, this is part one, the part one of this show. In conclusion for today, uh, I need you to just throw one advice to women and then towards the side of our men also.
Oh, thank you so much, Pastor Shola. I really appreciate this. Has been very, very, very interesting conversation. Thank you for inviting me. What I'm going to say to women that are listening or that will catch this later on, please let us try to take it easy on men. I know a lot of men from our background is sometimes I actually feel sorry for Mongo Parks, the ones we call Mongo Parks, the abusive one,
Mm.
because they don't know any better. This is how some of them were raised in such, violence and, very abusive background that they are struggling. So please, I'll usually say that when there is no abuse, yeah, there is no abuse in marriage, you can usually work things out. It's only when there is abuse I will tell people, please leave, because you need to safeguard your life. So please, Jotoro along, you people should be taking it easy. Let's be calming down. Remember, we are mothers as well. I'm not saying that men are saints. There are good people, there are bad people. There are good, amazing Nigerian men,
Yeah,
and there are mongo bags. Just
yeah,
similar as all women are not saints. We've got women that are mongo bags as well. So let
yeah,
us, my policy in life is do unto others what you want them to do to you.
to you.
Be a human first.
Mm.
And on a humanity level, deal with people with fairness,
Mm-hmm.
deal with them with kindness, and deal
Mm-hmm.
with them with the love of God.
Yeah.
before even bringing relationship
Yeah.
into it. Don't follow multitude to do evil because they tell you, most people lie. They will lie and tell you this is what they are doing. Irony.
You're running.
Irony. I
Yeah.
know a lot of us as Nigerian women, on our shoulders lies a lot of responsibility. It seems like marriage falls heavily on us to make it
Mm,
work, but we can make a difference. We can change the narrative with love and education. That's why it's
mm,
very important for us to start training our sons now. We need to start training them. What does it mean to be a husband? What are the
mm.
responsibility? Attitude towards cheating. It is not, you can't eat your cake and have it anymore. Women are not, and like our mothers again, that will just lie down, you go and do polygamy, or you bring another wife, or wafunyo alone, and they will call family meeting and say, motifunyo alone, bakadara. No, we need to train our sons, and let us just please don't, if you are one of those women who's been hurt, I advise you to go to therapy, go and get counseling and get healed.
Mm.
Don't follow multitude to do evil. Don't run around social media taking advice from people who have never been married before.
Ah, there are many.
Don't
Oh. There are
don't do
many. Oh.
that. Don't do that. And please don't say because we live in the diaspora now that the law courts and the justice system favors women that we are going to use it to punish our husbands or the men in our life. It's not right.
It's not right.
Until Oda, remember,
Mm.
everything that we do in life is a seed
To
that you
see.
are sowing, and we will
Mm.
reap. Even if we don't reap it, our children will reap it. So let us sow kindness. Let us sow
Mm.
love. Let us sow empathy. Let us sow things that we want to reap. We want to see a ripple
Mm.
effect on our children
My
and our
children.
children's children. Hey, Joe, torí Ọlọ́run, don't use the law to punish your husband. Mark Bolokba, don't call the police when you are not being threatened. Don't call the police just because you want house. Don't
Mm.
do that. Don't
Mm.
use the system and take advantage of the loopholes and the advantage of having living in the diaspora and pay, that thing you told me in 1980, man, I will show you now. Shebi, we are
Mm.
in UK now.
Mm.
Man, don't do
Mm.
that. You are a mother
Your mother.
and you've got sons.
Yeah.
Please, let's be
Wow.
guided.
Wow.
Eshe
Wow.
Goni. Thank
Wow.
you.
Good. Fantastic. 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 We want to say thank you one more time to Aunt B for showing up on the show today. And definitely we're going to be having you back again by God's grace. What you're doing is that you're saving lives. You're saving lives, and there are a lot and lot of people following you. We can see a lot of people on the network today, over 580 one people watching right now because of that good work that you've been doing so far. May the God Almighty continue to bless you and be with
Amen.
you. We're going to be bringing
Amen.
her back again, ladies and gentlemen, so you guys can make a call in to ask questions from her by the grace of God. So, Auntie, I believe you'll come back next time we invite you. Uh,
I'll be here. No
God bless you.
problem,
Thank you very
Shola.
much for coming.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much,
nice
everyone.
having you.
Please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to Pastor Shola. He's doing amazing work.
We
God
thank
bless
God.
you.
God bless you, man.
God bless you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
God bless you. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in on my show today. And I will be bringing you guys Singles Connect this afternoon. For those of you guys that are single out there, you're looking to get married, to settle down, have a friend, you can join me on my show again today by the grace of God by 7 o'clock tonight when I will bring you Singles Connect. Have a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you guys later.